All right, welcome. This is Marianne and Pamela Schwartz, and we're doing the YGYU University on the compensation side, which this is my favorite part of it, right? I own my own business, and I always liked seeing what I was earning and how I was making money, and that's what this does, right? It actually teaches us how to make money in this business. All right, I'm going to spotlight. Oh, am I spotlighted? Oh, I already am. Look at that. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so Pamela, why don't you start off? You watched the Scott Fardulas video, and just, Laney, have you watched the new videos and stuff? Is she still here? Laney?
She's here.
I don't think that I've watched the new ones. Have they? They were just uploaded not long ago, right?
Well, they've updated it for the 2018 commission changes and stuff like that too.
Right.
So, all right, so Pamela, I'm gonna you go ahead and talk a little bit about Scott's video.
Absolutely, sure. Well, first of all, just so you all are prepared, as Marianne had mentioned, we're going to start talking about the compensation plan portion tonight, but we want to make sure that everyone goes to, if you go to YGYUniversity.com and select step 4 in the getting started video section, you're going to click on the first underlined blue line that says watch the compensation plan training videos. And I want you to watch the video with Scott Fardulas, which is terrific, that I'm going to do a quick overview of right now.
Hey, Pamela,
Yes,
is that, I think it's step 5.
Didn't I say step 5?
Oh, I think you said 4. But
Oh,
anyway,
sorry.
I think you said
5.
Step 5. Start earning income. Okay, go.
Earning income, step 5. So you're going to watch the Scott Fardulas video.
And can everybody hear her?
You are a little quiet. You were a little bit quiet.
Let me do this. Hold on.
That better. Can you hear me better that way?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'll do that. Okay. All right. So you want to watch the Scott Fardulas video, and then you also want to watch the other videos that Alex Tice does. And they're very specific on the different portions of the compensation plan, because we want to make sure that you know this inside and out. Now, the truth of this all is there's no better way to understand the compensation plan than to start earning money and start getting the money coming in. You can say, oh, I get it. This is where this comes from, because it will be all broken down in your back office in the compensation plan when you can pick it through it and see how you're getting paid. Now, Scott Fardulas, absolutely incredible. He focuses entirely on creating massive success, and a lot of you had an incredible opportunity to be with him at the Leadership Mastery event in Estes Park, Colorado this past weekend, so kudos to all of you. He is definitely on a phenomenal path. And what he says first is have a right mindset about making money. Truly, this is about creating a presence for yourself in the marketplace, to be a person that is looked to as an income earner, right? You want to, it's like that law of attraction, because the energy that you put out to people will be greatly perceived by them to see you as being someone who's going to be successful. So just know, have that intent of right off the bat, as soon as you get started, that you are going to make money. And when you do that, you will create an energy through your team. And that's the way everyone should be. They should be excited about doing this, about sharing this with other people, all the great things we have with our products, the good things that it can do for them in so many different ways, physically and financially. So, and truthfully, like I said before, the compensation plan works whether or not you understand it completely, and you will understand it as soon as you start making money, because you'll go, oh, I get it. And there are certain nuances that you'll need to understand, specifically regarding coding bonuses and other bonuses that will come as you grow the business. The faster you can get to those levels, the faster you're going to make more money. And we'll talk more about that in depth next week, okay? So then he goes on to talk about the 3 money-making activities that you should work toward. You should first, right off the bat, Make a list. Remember, we're using intentionality of the people you would like to make money with you. Okay, so you want to share this. You have the list of people you know that could benefit from the physical aspects of our products, right? Because we always think about, oh, I know so-and-so who has this, or I know so-and-so that has health issues in this regard that they could help improve their body system about that, for example. And so if you can now start to think about who can I help to make money, who would I like to be working with me to make money? That was step one. Oh no, sorry, we're making the list. Step one is invite. So now that you've made your list, invite those people to come to see the information and how they can make money. Make it real. Make it to be a way so that they have this same vision and excitement that you do. Step two is show. And of course, you're going to show them the plan. And we have a great way to do that now that Paul Croto and Cheryl Morley have done called showtheplan.com. And that is on every Thursday night. I believe they're changing it to 9 p.m. Eastern time. That will be the new standard time that they will do it, so that you can bring prospects to that a specific place that will consistently show how this business will work, getting people started into the business. Help them to learn the story of longevity, because these 20 years have been magnificent. And the fact that we are a startup with stability is a really big deal. It's really amazing that we can be so new and so cutting edge, but yet have the strength and consistency over 20 years. That's what you need to help people to understand, okay? Number three, strategize. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the guesswork out of it, that everyone should go down the same path. And we all know the old adage, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And so how do you do that? You're going to make sure that all the people in your business, that want to learn how to build are going to go through the Longevity University. You're going to teach them how to do this again and again and again, all the way through your team. So that's really important. And you want to help them to make money as quickly as possible. See if you can make it happen within the first 24 hours. If they're making that list right away for you, then they're already starting to make money, whether it's to help people find products that will improve their health, or to find other people that are also looking for financial freedom, that you can help to guide them down this path. So that's kind of the breakdown of what Scott Fardulis had shared with us. So Marianne, do you have anything else to add about that?
Well, I was going to pull up the website that Paul has created, and it's Come See the Plan. I think it's comeseetheplan.net, but for some reason. But I think what's important, here it is, right? All right. Come see the plan.com.
Brenda Teresa is saying.
Yes, but then he did so now he's got just a plain website, comeseetheplan.net, I think it is. So that's just the video, but it's not come see the plan. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll get that up there. But you're right. I think what's important is for us to understand how to make money in this business. Otherwise, how can we teach others, right? That's why I think this whole university is so important for us to plug our people into, so that they can learn how to do it as well. Tom Chanel is calling me right now. Let me grab this really quick. And then let's talk a little bit about, I'm going to post the matrix up here. Okay.
Okay, perfect. I can talk a little bit about the matrix while you talk to Tom. Okay, so I'm going to pull myself back up here again so that you can see this a little bit better. Okay. This is at Masters of Enrollment, and if you go down the left side, you'll see 3, 4, 5 matrix. That's the way that you can get this. But what I want you to see, I'll show you each portion. Okay. So there's the 3 by 5, the 4 by 5, right? And the 5 by 5. Okay, so what happens is it's talking about when we talk about the 3, the 4, and the 5, has to do with the number of people on your front line, right? The number of people on your level. So if you have 3 people on your front level, each of them have a BV, business volume, which is the volume that you get paid on. We often talk about qualifying volume, which is QV. That is how we are achieving our rank. But the business volume is what we're paid on. So you need to make sure that you're thinking about this in the mindset of how you're getting paid. The rank is terrific, but Tom Chenault always teaches us that you need to focus more on the BV than the QV, because that's where the money is, okay? So if you focus on 3 people in your level 1 that are each at 150 BV, and you're paid 8% off of your first level in the income, that's $36. Okay. Then on your second level, you have 9 people because there's 3, right, for each of those levels. So each person has 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, with 150 BV for each of those. At 8%, that's $108 with a cumulative so far of 144, because that's 108 plus 36. Then on your third level, you now have 27 people because it's 9 times 3 is 27. And that's 150 of each of those people on their BV. And now on the third level, you're paid 7% in the compensation plan. And that's a total of $283.50 with a cumulative amount of $427.50. Okay, so you can see how easy it is. If you teach people, you just need to get 3. Every person needs to get 3 in this model, okay? Then on your fourth level, we have 81. 27 times 3 is 81 times 150 BV at 6% on the fourth level is $729 for a total of $1,156.50. And on your fifth level, you now have 243 people at 150 BV at, again, 6% for $2,187 for a grand total cumulative of $3,343.50 for the month. And that is at the 3x5 level. That's the smallest version. Okay. Marianne, do you want to pop in and talk about the 4 or the 5?
Yeah, here's what I want to emphasize, because people often say, well, how do you make money? Okay, people have to be on auto ship, right? You have to, the people you sign up have to be on auto ship, and they have to understand that in order for them to make money, the people they sign up have to be on auto ship. So it's a constant distribution, right, of product. Now, I just put up a link, so if you guys want to click on that, and I can screen share this too. Should I screen share it? Let me screen share it so you guys.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I'll screen share it really quick so you guys can see it, because it is on Masters of Enrollment. Okay, and that's the link. Can you guys see it now?
There we go. Yeah.
So Pamela just talked about the 3x5, right? Now we're going to talk about the 4x5. But look, just because, you know, this is just gives you an idea, but you can have, you know, 12 across the top, however many you want to start, you know, that's how you have to have 12 to, I don't know, or is it 9? What to talk about that?
What, for the car bonus?
Yeah, 9 for 5-star. It's 9 for 5-star, but 9 links. But when people say, well, how do you make money? You can show them. This is an easy way to show them. Average order actually is a little bit higher than 150, like 169 or something around there. And so you can give them a little bit of an idea of what it takes, but you know, they have to build the matrix, right? You're not building it for them. They have to build it. So here, now we're talking, you have 4 people and you're going 5 levels down. So 4 people averaging 150 at 8%, a whopping $48. That's what we always say. But here's what I want to ask you. If you saw $48 laying on the ground, would you pick it up? Oh, heck yeah, we would pick it up. And what does that do for you? It might make, you know, for me, it's at least a tank of gas and maybe a couple coffees. So anyway, or I could put it back towards my product, right? Okay, so now you're helping these 4 people. And somebody was talking to me today about, what's your retirement plan? All right. Just think of all the people that have no retirement. If they could understand that by getting 4 people and then helping those 4 people get 4 people, they could start building a retirement plan. Think about that. I make way more in my longevity than what I would be able to collect on Social Security. Okay.
Marianne, if I could interrupt for 1 second, Brenda Teresa brought up a good point, and that is at FYI at 150, there's only approximately 4 levels of residual income in the comp plan. What she's referring to is the sales associate level. If your personal qualifying volume is only 150, you're able to go 4 levels deep, whereas a senior associate of 200, then you go down to 5 levels, and 1 star is where you begin the infinity levels. So just FYI, but we're just talking about even how this will work at the different levels of having them set up at a different matrix if people are all working.
Okay, so here's what I want you to understand. This has nothing to do with ranking. This is just residual income. This is just on customers. This has nothing to do with ranking. So the ranking side of it is different, because this is just having people purchasing product. I see what you're saying, because it goes down 5 levels and you have to be at least at a senior associate. But those people with an average order of customers could hit that rank. Does that make sense? You still have to get your sales associates, and which that's kind of what these are, your sales associates ordering 150 while you're ordering 200. Because this isn't you. This is the people below you. Does that make sense?
Yes, and she mentions we have to order more for the deeper levels. Yes, that's correct. Is the way that it works out is an associate is required to have 50 personal qualifying volume, 100 for brand associate, 150 for sales associate, 200 for senior, and 250 for 1 star. And then when you hit 2 star, it's 300, and then that's all that's required from there all the way up the comp plan. So that's what she's talking about, is that personal, but again, that's qualifying volume. It's not BV. That's a little bit different.
Correct. And this just gives you an idea of what people are ordering underneath you. So if you've got 4, so these people eventually, as they rank up, they're going to have to order more. But this is just kind of a scenario to give you an idea that you could say, look, if you have this many people under you ordering this much, then this is what your paycheck is going to be. And again, that doesn't include the coding bonuses. It doesn't include the car bonus. This is all strictly residual off of customers per se. Their auto ships that people are ordering. And you know what? Yeah, this is just a scenario, but most of this is a lot bigger. Most of my people order a lot more than that.
And by the way, I want you to take a look at that final cumulative figure, the difference between the 3x5 and the 4x5. You've only added 1 additional person requirement for each person coming in, but you have quadrupled your volume of your income.
Right.
And even so, down to the 5x5, now you're at $35,000 in a month by adding 2 more people from the 3x5 volume in the end result.
Right.
Is that crazy?
It's crazy.
So think about it. I want you to also think about this strategically as you build your business, because there are a lot of companies out there that have very different compensation plans. I've been in them. I've dealt with binaries and other types of plans. And so you need to understand how your compensation plan works here in longevity so that you know how to build. Because if you do this correctly, you are going to see this type of income flow happen. That's really critical. So if you start building one and you're just building this long depth of a line, but nobody else is ever building across, it's time to reevaluate the circumstances because you're not being effective in building your team. Does that make sense?
And how the comp plan works so you know how to go about building your team.
Mm-hmm.
Lanny, do you have anything, do you want to offer anything on this, around this? Is she still there? I can't, for some reason, I can't see anybody's names because I'm.
Hey, there you go. Hey, Sharon Reinick just walked in.
Oh, nice.
Yes. We can't see you because I don't have, my camera's still not working, even though we worked on my computer.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's driving to Pennsylvania and she just stopped at my house
Oh, okay. So you're
to
going to have to
visit.
go.
You know who Sharon Reinick is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
cool.
pretty awesome to have her in my house. But anyway, with this, you know, this is really beautiful the way he did this, the 3x5 and the 4x5 and the 5x5. Unbelievable to see that last figure. And if people would just realize that they have to be on auto ship, just get people to do auto ship, whether they're your customer, your distributor, whatever it is. It's amazing. And it can be done. This is on Masters of Enrollment, this thing. So anyway, you know, look at that, study that, and then be able to teach it to your people to show them what is possible. I have a one star under me, and just at a 1 star, she is, she does like 15, she gets a residual check for $1,500. That's a lot of money for a 1 star, I think. But that's what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that keeps her going every single month.
Yeah.
So just think about that and think about what can happen to you.
Yeah. The more you build, you know, and Denise put this together, but I think she saw it, Lorene did it at a meeting that she had. And so Denise put it out there so we could all use it. But this is a great little piece. And I'm trying to think, I think you can just like copy it like that, click and drag and copy it and paste it into something.
Mhm.
Do that.
You know, yeah, what I would like people to start thinking about is thinking about this in a pictorial language, like when we often talk about the circles on the board, the old-fashioned ways of discussing network marketing, right? The circles on the board. If you can use, and let me see if I have a copy of it here to show you, but if you can start using our, the plan for one, here we go. The brick building worksheet, okay? So give the link for that guy. The brick building worksheet where you're building an empire 1 brick at a time. And this even goes a little bit higher because instead of being at the 150, it's 200 of the PQV again, right? And filling in those holes. If you can start putting people into those positions so you have an understanding of creating this matrix of success, that's what I want you, where I want you to really go. What is this that we have here? Let's see. Learn so you can teach, keep plugged in. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Now, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this is on Masters of Enrollment, and then you can go, well, there was an audio there. Make sure it's still there. Yeah. So there's an audio of John Fogg interviewing Tom Chenault, right? Doing a coffee shop interview.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know if you guys look at all the stuff that's in this, you know, in Masters of Enrollment. We have done a ton of stuff back here. So these are all useful links that you can go to, Twitter and Vimeo and all, you know, all that stuff. But I'm looking for that brick rank thing and I can't find it in here.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh, YGYbrick.com.
Okay, let me do that and I'll post it up here.
Now we have a question here, a really great question. Ruth Ellen Sanchez asked, why do people have to be on auto ship? Well, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of a story about this because in my neuromuscular therapy practice of working with people, the truth is when people make a commitment to something, they're going to follow through. So, for example, with patients of mine, they might come in for a treatment and they might want to do it one at a time, which would be, for example, $85 for a session, okay? Or they could buy a package of 10 for $700. If they buy a package of 10 for $700, they're saving $150, but they're also making a commitment to 10 sessions, right? Because they've made an investment in it. What AutoShip does is it makes the circumstance happen because we all get caught up in this crazy thing called life. Okay. And so if we set the auto ship not only with $99 or more, and that one is based on the dollar amount of the product, but $99 or more gets free shipping. So that's one of the benefits of getting going on auto ship. But also the consistency of making sure you never run out of products, so you don't have lapses in your condition. And also you make sure that they're going to consistently be eligible to receive commissions themselves. Because if they are not, if they go through that month and forget to place an order, they're not going to receive commissions that month. Okay, so you have to help them to understand that that minimum QV or the minimum BV of the 100, they're not going to get commissions if it goes below that point. And they're not going to get free shipping if it's $99, under $99, right? So the brick rank, just to refresh everybody, is that senior associate rank, which is the 200 personal qualifying volume with a total group qualifying volume of 1,000. And that means you have to have 3 active PCs or brand associates or above on your frontline level. Okay, so that's just an idea of what the brick building. And so the brick building is an even better paradigm than the 3, 4, or 5 buy cards, because it's at 200 instead of 150. Okay, but again, this is a QV, so it could be relatively close. Remember, QV and BV are different from each other, and you know they vary by product to product. QV is typically close to the cost, and the BV is always a little bit less, and the percentage depends upon the product itself. Has to do with the cost of the product, or you know, so on and so forth, how it works. The YGYbrick.com is what Gary's asking for. Brenda Trace has said that her BTT didn't last for a month. And remember, that also depends upon your size, because remember that one canister of BTT will last a 100-pound person 1 month. If you're using that for a weight size that's over a 100-pound person, you're going to go through that a little bit more quickly, right? Yes. Correct. Yeah, we're talking about product here. One dose, 2 scoops a day.
Right.
Okay, so that link isn't coming through.
If people aren't on auto ship. So I had a meeting a while back. I did a training, and 3 out of the 5 people on this, you know, little talk here were not on auto ship, including the person at the top. And I said, you can't make money. Auto ships are how you build your residual income. You know, Dr. Corey Gold trained on that, and he was fabulous, by the way, at the training this weekend. As usual, I was kind of giving him a hard time because in the morning it was pretty phenomenal, and I said, "So you got a big show to follow here." He goes, "Oh, I'll be fine," and of course he was. He was tremendous, but you know, I just remember being on one of his trainings, and he said, "You have to pay attention to your auto ships. If your auto ships are going up, then your business is growing. If your auto ships are going down, then your business is shrinking." Because I mean, I get a lot of people just ordering every couple of months, and crazy enough, that I-26 group, they could order whenever. And so that's kind of what they're used to, but none of them were really making money. They were all customers, right? But now they have the opportunity to make money, and they don't understand. You know, I've been educating them on that. They have to do an auto ship every single month. So on this YGYbrick.com, it's not coming up for me. Pamela, can you try it?
Yeah, you know, there was another name that we had for it, and I'm trying to find.
Oh, is that what you're saying? You just messaged me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
I'm not sure why it wouldn't be working, but
and I really
how about Brick Rank?
Or just Brick Rank?
Let me try it. Brickrank.com.
No, but that's available if you want it.
Yeah. Well, we need to get it then.
Does anybody else have any questions around that? Does everybody know how to make money in this business? Sign up people. First, you have to talk to people, sign up people, and get them on AutoShip.
Right? Invite, show, and strategize, according to Scott Fardulis, who certainly knows how to make money, right?
Yes, he does.
I think we need to listen to the people who know how to do it right. So invite, show, and strategize. So creating, using these visuals, creating the circles and putting in your people, whether you do it the 3x5, the 4x5, or the 5x5, find a way to fill in those spots, whatever it takes, and pick out your people. Like he said, make the list of people that you want to make money with you and put them in those circles.
Yeah.
Create your future. If you can't see it, it is not going to happen. So you have to have that in your forefront, in the front of your brain all the time. That's why these pictorials of dream boards are so important. I look up in mine and I see the things that I need to do, the things that I have done successfully, and the things that are my goals with very specific concepts and including times and dates. You have to be specific in order to make it happen. Otherwise, it just gets lost in the mire. It just continues on and it goes day by day until all of a sudden you look back and you say, another year went by. I missed it again, you know? And so you need to do it. And sometimes it takes month to month. If you can continue, and everyone should be achieving at least their current rank every month. You should never go back in rank, right? You should be reaching farther. Reach for the stars and you just might catch a cloud. So continue to pursue for a greater goal so that now what used to be your maximum now becomes your minimum, right? So you may have wanted to be a 1-star, but now you made 1-star, and so that is now your baseline. And now you want to go for 2-star, but you should never, 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 never go below 1-star. Does that make sense? Right? So if you can do that, continue on that process, and then you hit 2-star, and then your next top line is 3-star, but you should never, ever go below that 2-star. And so you have to be aware of it. You have to understand what your business is going through. Do whatever it takes. Create a spreadsheet that will show you the volume as it shifts from day to day, from month to month, so that you can look back on it and say, this day last month, I had this much volume in my business. And then when you see that there's something different, you can go back and say, wait a minute, what happened? Because sometimes I have had it happen multiple times with my team where I will call them up and say, did you know that your auto ship didn't go through this month? And they'll go, no, I didn't know that. How do you know? Well, consistently, your auto ship has gone through on the 7th of every single month, and it didn't go through this month. You know, what happened? And then they go, oh, my credit card expired, and I didn't realize it, and I didn't change it in my back office. And so thank you so much for telling me. Now I'll go in and fix that. And then, you know, when you call the customer service and you add in the new credit card, then they will submit that auto ship, and it will go through as if it had gone through on the 7th, like it has every month previous to that, right? So you need to be on top of things. Is it a lot of work? Yeah, you know what? There is a part of your business that you need to promote and grow, and there's a part of your business that you need to manage. You need to know how it works and make sure that it's happening right, because if you don't, it's a surefire way to backslide. And boy, does it stink if you don't hit that rank. If you're used to getting that car bonus every month, you don't want to miss getting that car bonus, right? Because we have in our house something that is supposed to be for that car bonus every single month. We've already paid off Andy's car that we bought for him with the car bonus, but we use that for our pension, for our retirement fund. So now that's where that goes. And so if I don't make that contribution to that, then that means we've missed it. That means I'm messing up with our future, and I can't have that happen. Okay? So I want you all to have that mindset of I cannot not get that commission. And so in order to do that, you need to know this thing inside and out, backwards and forwards, and be able to share it with people so that they understand how they can make money too.
No, that's perfect. So I want to show you something else because this is so interesting. I'm going to share my screen again. So before the university, Denise and I did this page. Hold on. Do you see this? Getting started in longevity. We did setting up your new distributors on AutoShip, your first 30 days, making a list. And if you'll notice down here, there's little worksheets and stuff. So you can actually, one of these, I'm going to show you this in a minute. But anyway, isn't that cute? Denise and I did this so people could use this. Navigating Your Business Center is a really good one.
You girls are so cute.
I know. We had so much fun doing this. It was crazy. But what I want to show you is we also have this sheet. Has anybody seen this? So if you go there, you can download this. And so you can start building your people. And I have several of these sheets, and it's really interesting. These names are all filled up. And how many of these people were down here that have shown up here? And I just continue. I print another one out, and I just keep adding and keep adding and keep adding. And so before, so this is funny because before these new apps, right? Rapid Funnel and contact mapping and everything, I'd have my person on here, and every time I contact them, I draw a little X on the circle. So I knew how many contacts I had had with them. Now, I had no idea, like I had sent emails. I have to go back and research all of the information, but now I don't have to do that with Rapid Funnel. But
thank goodness.
Yeah, and now contact mapping is getting better by the minute, so I'm excited. And eventually, those are two huge tools for us, as you can see, along with this university. And plugging your people in and having them go through this is one of the things that we talked about at the conference this weekend, leadership training, is because what happens is we could spend hours and hours and hours explaining all this information to our people. But here, they can go on there, and now they've watched the video. Now when you say the word BV, they know what BV is. When you say something about a rank, they understand, oh yeah, they might not get all the details, but you're talking the same language, which is what happens trying to get people up to speed in the beginning. So plugging them into the university is great, and downloading this and using whatever tools makes sense to you. If Rapid Funnel makes sense, use Rapid Funnel. Contact mapping is going to be coming out soon. Contact mapping is different from Rapid Funnel, but understanding that this is a business about talking to people, about inviting people, showing them, and strategizing. So what I was going to say earlier when we were looking at the matrix, I don't know if I still have that up here somewhere, was that when, oh, that's my website. I'll find it. Oh, that's if you're a 1-star. There it is.
You are the only person in the world who has more tabs open than I. The only person. My family teases me all the time. I have too many tabs.
I know. Are you on a PC or a Mac?
I'm on a PC.
Yep. So, yeah, I have all kinds of tabs open. Oh, okay. So anyway, using this matrix and plugging it into that sheet. But when your people tell you, I want to make an extra $500 a month, then you can pull this matrix up and say, okay, you want to make an extra $500 a month, then here's how we need to do it. Okay, you need to sign up this many people, and you can divide this however you want, right? And you could, maybe, you could make $1,000 a month. Okay, here's what you got to do. But just figuring this out, maybe it's 30 people here, it's 10 people here and 30 here to get their $500 a month, whatever it looks like. And then people can understand that. They're like, oh, okay, I need to have 10 people on my first or whatever it is, whatever, again, this is just a scenario, right? So you help them figure out how many people they are going to have to enroll. And remember, you got 60 days to move these people around. So if they put 20 people on their first level and then built underneath it, moved people underneath, that you can do that. All right.
That is key. And I want to make sure everybody gets that we have a personally enrolled section in our back office that has to do with who you brought in, and you have the ability to place them wherever, because they're still your front line as far as enrollment is concerned, but you can place them anywhere in the business to create this matrix. And that's what I was talking about earlier when we were discussing there's different types of comp plans out there, and you don't want to have it all in one single row like the binaries would tell you to do. So you can create this, and you can say, okay, well, this person, and see what's going to happen over the course of those 60 days, and see who's doing what, see who needs what. And then you can say, okay, this guy's really going to build, and so I'm going to help them and help build the team, or this person needs help with this. And think about that, because when you help other people to find success, they're going to stay with you. And so that's what I want you to understand, is do whatever you can to help those people make money, because when they make money, you're going to make money. So if you focus, like we always do in the coffee shop interview, we're always focusing on the needs of the other person. Do the same thing when you're building a team. Focus on the needs of the people on your team, and then therefore you will see the success that you're looking for.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I just threw the comp plan up here really quick, because when people say, well, I don't know what I need in order to do this, and so as you're plugging your people in, this is so easy to see that you just need 3 preferred customers or brand associates, and then you just work your way back. And then what is a brand associate? Well, that's somebody ordering $100 a month. So just really understanding how this works, I think would benefit you. And as you start ranking up, then we can talk more about, more strategies around that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing again. Do we have any questions? Somebody said, oh, okay. Oh, what is she talking about? Printing a bunch? Gary was talking about something.
He was saying it's easy to print a bunch of those, the great grid that you showed with all the people, where you move them from the bottom to up in the top.
Okay, I'm gonna put that link down here.
Okay.
You guys can go to that.
And let's see if there's anything else. I'm looking back to see if we have any more. Yes, Brenda Teresa was talking about, excuse me, the auto ship. Yeah, the beauty of our auto ship is we can change it up to, they prefer it, 48 hours ahead, out, to make sure you don't do anything too close, because, they're trying to get everything together. Think about the magnitude of our, distribution center, but we have that ability to go in and modify our auto ship every month and change the stuff that we need, or keep it exactly the same, plan it accordingly. Yeah, you can do it within that, but they it's like a courtesy. They're asking for that 48 hours, but there are times where you can go in and modify it kind of at the last minute before it comes up, the 24 hours before. But yeah, the auto ship is important because it shows a commitment, and it's a commitment to their health. It's a commitment to the wealth portion, our compensation plan. Let's see. I think that's it. Are there any other questions that are coming up? Anything else you guys can think of? And then next week we can go into more details. If you all will watch the videos on YGYU University about the compensation plan, go in. There's 5 videos that go into greater detail about the different types of bonuses and so forth, and then we can discuss them in detail. So that's our plan, is to finish up knowing some more in-depth stuff about the compensation plan. Yes, the ones with Alex Tice. There are 5 different portions. When you when you go to step 5 of the Getting Started training, YGYU University, you're going to see you're going to see the video of Scott Fardulis that we did the review of tonight, and then you're also going to see a link that says watch all of these videos that are brought in by Alex Tice, and a lot of them are relatively new based upon changes that may have happened, you know, in the last few months. So you go watch all of those, and then we'll review them in greater detail so that you can have a really great understanding of how those coding bonuses work, how you're paid weekly or monthly, so on and so forth, and how you qualify for those different bonuses like the coding bonuses, etc., and the car bonus, especially if you haven't had a car bonus before, how that all works.
Which I've been getting the car bonus for a very long time, and I have to admit, I love it.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. Like I said, I don't go without a month of having it, because if we were to, it would really, we'd feel it.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, you know?
All right, you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for coming on tonight, and appreciate your commitment to yourself and to your team and understanding how this YGYU University works. And I hope that you start, you know, plugging your people into this. And I think I always, as a leader, I like to review stuff before I push, you know, or not push, but show my people it, right? So I understand, and I've been through this before.
Yeah.
I haven't been through the newest videos, but we will. But, you know, just having an understanding so that, you know, when they get on there, and that if they have questions, you can ask, you can help them through the questions, right? You can understand that too. All right. Thank you guys. Love you. This will be up. I'll get this right.
Marianne.
Yes.
So that was one thing that it really kicked me in the butt all weekend, was that I have to be a better leader. I have to let people know more about what is out there for them than what I'm doing right now. Because if we are better leaders, our people are going to come to these things and they're going to do so much more because they understand it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It kicked my butt this weekend too.
Yeah.
A lot of good nuggets about leadership and what it takes to be a good leader. And
Yes.
really, I guess in this business, you have to accept the fact that in order to do this business, you need to be a leader. And, you know, Cheryl and Paul are doing a great training on leadership right now, and Pamela and Lanny, are you in that, in the leadership?
Which is that in the afternoon? Which one is that?
Yeah, with the John Maxwell. But, you know, yeah, as we're looking at it, I mean, this is, if you want people to follow you, and, you know, looking at Scott, right? If you want level 10 leaders, right? That's how you're going to build this business. And if you're just at a level 3 or 4 in leadership, then you got to step it up. And that's what kicked my butt, huh, Lanny? That's what's kicking
me too.
our
Yes.
butt, huh, Pamela, is we want to step it up because we want to be better.
Listen to this, guys. That's what Marianne just said is really critical, okay? Because we have to be a level 10 leader. If you're a level 4 leader, okay, then the people below you can never be anything above you. They're just going to be a level 3. They can't even reach you. You have to be that greater leader. So you have to be a level 10, so that gives everybody the chance to be the best leader that they can. If you're capped out at a 4, the best they can do is a 3. Does that make sense?
Right.
So is there Star School Community? Is that still on Thursday night at 8 Eastern time?
Well, they're showing the plan now.
At 9 p.m. Eastern time, I think, is the new time.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm so mixed up on that. I did not see that. Well, the afternoon one is the leadership one, right?
That's at 2 p.m. Eastern time, yes.
Yeah, and that's just the leadership one.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So, and that's on like Facebook Live and Zoom and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2 p.m. on Thursdays, right?
Yes.
Because I want to get that for, I mean, hey, Victoria worked hard on the scheduling and all of that on the YGYRC.com. It is coming together and it looks awesome, you guys. So go check that out because it's getting better and better.
Yeah,
They're
no,
coming
it is.
together with that.
It is.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Lanny. Thank
You are
so
so
much.
welcome, sweetheart. I love you.
I love you too. And Ruth Ellen and Barbara and Cindy and Melissa and Gary and
Thank you guys.
Sharon.
Love it.
Sharon,
Love you guys.
all
Planning.
right, Sharon.
So awesome.
Thank you. All right.
God bless everybody. Have a great week.
All right.
You too.
love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.